Hello! I'm so ready to record this right now. I'm just gonna say right off the bat that I feel sick. I feel like death. My voice sounds like it's dying. I was gonna wait to record this some other day because 2 days ago my voice also sounded like it was dying and I was like, you know what, I'll wait till Wednesday. It is Wednesday and nothing has improved, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna own being sick. I am proud of my sickness, and that sounds really weird. So let's just get to the point of actually talking about the video. For this video, I made a pencil holder. It's pirate themed. I made this for my uncle. I'm not sure if he wants his name on the internet, so I'm not gonna say it. In fact, now that I just thought about this right now, he watches my videos. I realized the other day, oh my word. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm really not with it today, in case that wasn't incredibly obvious by this. I don't even know. I realized the other day that he subscribed to this channel. So if you're watching this, hi. Thanks for watching my channel. No, I don't even know. This is probably gonna be posted before you get your actual pencil holder. So surprise! I didn't think about that until now. That was gonna be something that you were gonna be surprised by on Monday. But you know what? It's fine. Now you get to watch the making process of it. Isn't that just exciting? This pencil holder, I made it pirate themed because it's a barrel looking thing. In case you couldn't tell from the video, it looks kind of like a barrel. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I have this chest of like wooden boxes and felt and a bunch of random things that I didn't use a year and a half ago. And amongst all those things, I found this little barrel. And I was like, huh, that's cool. I didn't know I bought a barrel. I instantly wanted to use it because who wouldn't want to use a barrel? Barrels are just one of life's many blessings. So I thought that since it was a barrel, I hate my voice, wow. This was not the right day to record this. I decided, you know what, let's make it pirate themed. Let's make it like a little pirate barrel. So that's what I did. I covered it in, let me just grab it. It's sitting on my desk right now and I can read all the different things that are on it, even though you can literally see what's on it because you're watching the video. But just for the fun of it, I'm gonna read it anyway. Not read it. There's no words. Actually, there are words. Never mind. I don't know my own artwork. So it says, why did I laugh like that? It says, you are extra awesome. It's really important that you notice that is a pun, kind of. The extra, it says, you are extra awesome, and the X looks different from the rest of the letters because the X is designed to look like finding the X on like a pirate map. Because you know, X is where the treasure is, and I am pretty sure that I didn't need to explain any of this. But I'm just really proud of that pun. So you got a little pun and a compliment. That's like a good pun, because it also makes you feel like an awesome person while being a pun. Isn't there so many? I'm gonna stop. We also have some little oceans between the little map line, because on the X, if you hear this sound, or like this, it's me holding the barrel, so just ignore that. The X has this little, you know, the little line going to it because it's designed to look kind of like a little map. Between the map lines, or the little thing, there are some. This makes no sense. Wow, I just realized none of this is really making sense. Between the lines, there are oceans. There are 2 different colors. I made 2 of the oceans dark blue. I made 2 of them lighter, like tealish blue. I also filled in some spaces with like this purpley color just because I wanted to. And inside the oceans, there are fish. So that's kind of fishy. Okay. There's a little tiny red sailboat on one of the oceans. I didn't have any brown, so the whole sailboat is red. I don't have as many Sharpie colors as I originally thought I did. In case you're wondering, yes, I did the whole thing with Sharpie, so that's the art supplies I used in case anyone cared to know. Actually, I didn't do the whole thing with Sharpie. I just realized that now, but we'll get to that in a minute. That's a different part of the video. I also, among the little oceans and things, I drew little birds, like little tiny birds in the distance. I drew some suns. They're all orange, because again, I didn't have as many Sharpie colors as I thought I did. I didn't have yellow, so I need to get more Sharpies. You have some little stripes around the words, you are awesome. Oh, we have some anchors. Can't forget those. Those are piratey. We also have squids and bubbles. Everything you need on your pirate pencil holder. Right here. Yes, this is nautical. I just needed to say that at some point. Nautical, fun fact, is my favorite word. Why? Because it sounds cool. I think it means something to do with the ocean. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. What do you mean I spelled it incorrectly? How do you spell this? I thought that I knew how to spell this word. Oh my word, this word is spelled so much differently than I thought it was spelled. It is spelled N-A-U-T-I-C-A-L. That is so ridiculous. I thought it was spelled N-O-T-I-C-A-L. Why is the English language so stupid and confusing? This is no longer my favorite word. I can't love a word with that spelling. That just angers me. Anyway, it means of relating to or associated with seamen, navigation of ship or ships, Why am I doing this? A dictionary of nautical terms is an example. Nautical flags, nautical skills, nautically is another form of that word, in case you cared to know. We're done. Nautical is one of my favorite words, or it was before I realized the spelling was ridiculous. Because, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago on a beach trip, my sister was looking up backpacks or book bags for school, and she found one that was nautical. All the comments were like, I like the nautical style, because it was like a sea-ish. It had, I think, an anchor, I want to say. I didn't actually look at it. I didn't know what nautical meant because I have such a low level of vocabulary. And I asked her and she explained it, and I just thought the word sounded so cool. Like, I feel like you could just tell someone, like, if they did something cool, you could just say, that's nautical. No, that wouldn't be correct because the definition is related to the ocean and that would make no sense. But it just sounds cool, you know? And this is so far off topic, I don't even know how to get back to what we were talking about. So this is the transition, we're getting back to the thing now. So the outside of the pencil holder, yeah, it's like a pirate theme. You got some colorful stripes on the top and bottom. I don't think I mentioned those yet. You have these little dots and lines. On the bottom, you have this kind of design. It has 3 rings that are filled with red and blue stripes, and in between them there are dots. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the design. I think I could have done something better with the bottom, or maybe just painted it black, or just done something more simple, but it's not bad. I think it suits the design, so I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, now let's get to the most frustrating part of this whole thing, because there was a part to this that drove me insane. So the inside of the barrel, I wanted to use felt because, like I said in the last video, I had a lot of felt in my wooden chest that I forgot about, and I wanted to use it. And I wanted to use it for this barrel as well. Originally, I was going to use this nautical felt. It was pirate themed. It had like anchors and stuff. But after I colored the actual barrel, I realized the colors on the nautical felt were not at all the colors of the barrel, and it just kind of did not go at all. So I ended up using this blue sparkly felt because I thought that's kind of like the ocean. You know, the ocean is blue and sparkly. I didn't even tell you what I was using the felt for. Wow. I was gonna put the felt in the bottom of the barrel, like on the inside, on the floor, I guess, of the barrel. That's what I did for my last box. I put the felt on the bottom of it because it just kind of added a special touch, in my opinion. So that's what I was doing, in case you were wondering. The only issue was that meant I would have to cut a circle. I can't cut things as it is, in case you didn't learn that from the last video. I especially cannot cut a circle. I don't know how to cut something perfectly round. So that made this a very big challenge. I turned the felt upside down, put it on the top, and I drew a line that I thought was kind of somewhat similar to the circle of the barrel. When I cut it, it was too big, so I ended up cutting it smaller. And you know, it didn't fit perfectly, but it was close enough to the right shape, so I just went with it. And I thought, you know, in my last video, I keep referencing my last video because I had similar struggles with felt in that video. When I cut the felt incorrectly, I just fixed it because I colored the entire inside of the box black, kind of like the felt was black, so it was very hard to notice that the felt was slightly off. And I just thought, oh, I'll do the same thing with this. I cut the felt wrong, but it's okay because I can fill the inside with blue Sharpie because the felt is blue, and then no one will ever notice. That was not a good idea. For starters, the blue Sharpie wasn't the same blue as the felt, and that drove me insane. I didn't realize that at first, though. Secondly, the last box in the last video that I did, it was significantly easier to draw inside of because it wasn't really hard to reach into. You just opened it and there was the inside, you drew on it. It was super simple. This was completely different because this was like a tall cylinder-y sort of thing. It was very hard to get my hand inside and actually reach the sides at the right angle, if that makes any sense. I couldn't get the Sharpie to reach half of the places I wanted it to reach, so I couldn't color it. I couldn't color the inside with the blue I wanted, but I didn't realize that at first. So I started trying to, and I instantly regretted it. Instead of coloring the inside and filling it with blue and making everything look fine, there were just some blue scribbles on one side of the inside of the pencil holder. It looked like trash. I hated it because I couldn't fix it because I couldn't reach any other parts of the barrel because, again, it was very hard to reach inside of. But I knew I couldn't give my uncle a disgraceful barrel where there was just a random blue scribble on the inside of it. Instantly, as a response to this, I just hated the whole project. I was done with it and I just decided the whole thing looked disgusting, and I put it in my room and I stopped working on it for a day. And at one point I was like, do I even finish this? Do I give my uncle this disgrace of a pencil holder? Will he want something this upsetting sitting on his desk? Because my uncle has like this little wood shop, I think it's called a wood shop. It has wood stuff in it. And I thought before making this thing, I thought it would be so cool if he had like pens or something he wanted to put somewhere while working in his wood shop or something, or anywhere. It doesn't have to be his wood shop. If you're watching this, you don't have to put this in your wood shop. That was, I don't even know. I thought he could put them in my little pirate pencil holder, you know? And after I made this mistake, I remember thinking, wow, who would want this anywhere in their house? I didn't want to show anyone. I didn't want to show my sister. Usually I show her my projects. I didn't want her to see this thing. Then the next day, I was perfectly fine with it. In fact, I was very happy with it the next day. Like, I looked at it and I was like, huh, that looks pretty cool. And my whole entire view had just flipped around and I don't know what happened. And I remember thinking, okay, yes, I made a tiny mistake, but that's not a reason to hate the whole project. The outside looks fine. It looks okay. It's not the end of the world. I'll just paint over it. You see, originally that sounded to me like a horrible idea because I am scared to death of painting because I have never been good at painting. But I thought it couldn't be too hard to paint just one color around the inside of the pencil holder to make it look better and cover up like the blue scribbles. I wanted the color to be black because that just goes with anything, and I thought it would look kind of cool to have like the black inside and then the blue on the bottom. So I built up the courage to get some black paint and paint the inside and hope that I wouldn't ruin the entire thing. And because the felt was already in there and I didn't want to get the paint over it because the felt is glued to the bottom and I couldn't pull it out, I put something over the felt so the paint wouldn't affect the felt. And you know, I was scared to death of painting it. I thought this could potentially be the end of my pencil holder and that it would never get finished and that this whole project was hopeless and it was dying. It just wasn't looking good. But painting actually went very well. I actually kind of enjoyed it too. Like, I felt like such a professional artist. Like all those famous painters that I suddenly can't remember the name of. Like Leonardo da Vinci. I wanted to say DiCaprio for some reason. Oh, that's Jack. That's Jack from Titanic. I don't want to think about Titanic. You know, all those famous people, they paint things. My sister paints things. Obviously, I'm not a professional painter. I felt that way because I was smoothly using the paintbrush, but really all I was doing was coloring the inside one color. I wasn't coloring a beautiful portrait of the Mona Lisa or anything. I was just coloring a pirate pencil holder, painting a pencil holder. But I still felt like a professional painter. In the end, everything turned out okay. The pencil holder wasn't ruined. In fact, I'd like to say I'm pretty happy with it. Yes, there was a point where I severely hated it and wanted to destroy it, but that is over now. I am very satisfied with how it turned out. I hope my uncle, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy this pencil holder. I hope that you can put your pencils and pens and whatever you want in it. You can put candy in it if you want to. That's even more exciting. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say about this, so we're gonna sum this up. Thank you so much for watching another art video. I'm sorry I was kind of sick throughout the whole process of recording this, but it's okay because it just makes the video more sick. Like the good kind of sick. I wanted to make a pun. And yeah, we're gonna show you the end results now, featuring my sister again doing her awesome camera skills. Thank you, Ray, for filming the ends of these videos, except for the last one. The last one was her birthday present, so I filmed. But anyway, here's the end of the video in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is the barrel. The finished pencil holder thing. We have "You are extra awesome." Where is that? Extra awesome. It's a little pun thing. It's really cool. It's kind of like a little map going through all the oceans and random splotches of color. We got the bottom of the barrel. It's a little drum. And we got the inside that's like the pitch black darkness, and at the very middle there's blue sparkles, which make it all so much more magical. Also, I sound terrible, disclaimer, because my nose is stupid. So zoom out, there's our finished project. I feel very proud of this. And I hope my uncle likes it. The end.
How we feel is really sorry.
No.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. This is my finished barrel. I sound off, by the way, because my nose hates me. I said noses. Okay.